Hey there. Good evening. It is, what time is it? It's about 7:30 and I've just wrapped up my day-long training here at the Southern Spa and Salon Conference in Hickory, and I have one more class tomorrow morning, but getting a couple of my continuing ed credits I don't actually need for this year. I'll need them for next year, but I always love to go learn more and train more. Because no matter what, I always learn something new. And today was no exception. The first class I went to was called Melanogenesis, and I'm just going to tell you, I'm reading some off my notes, and I'm just kind of going to talk a little bit about what I learned, and this is not scripted, not rehearsed, not anything. So I'm sure I'm going to mispronounce a lot of stuff and stutter some, and you know, this is not going to be all smooth. So just bear with me. But I learned a lot of neat stuff that I hadn't learned before. So I wanted to share it with you because a lot of this stuff we can do at home. And so melanogenesis is about the melanocytes in our skin, which create the melanin, which create the hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation are the freckles and the sunspots. And of course, this is a topic near and dear to my heart. Growing up in Florida and spending every summer on the lake driving the boat with my pale Scandinavian skin, I got a lot of sun damage. So I am always interested in learning more about how I can reverse that damage that I've done to my skin, not just to help with the appearance, but more so to make my skin healthier. Because as we're aging, especially when we have sun damage to our skin, we're seeing that DNA damage appear as actinic keratosis, basal cell cancers, just uneven skin tone. And so I want to do what I can to make my skin healthy so that I can avoid having to do some of those things, like, you know, getting those spots frozen off, chemo creams, some of those things that people are having to do, because if we can get our DNA wounds repaired by using good skincare, then hopefully we can avoid some of that as we get older, get along in age. So the melanin is what causes our freckling, our spots, and I learned today that it actually begins in our pituitary gland, and the way that happens is through our eyes. So if we want to try and decrease the hyperpigmentation that we get on our skin from sun exposure, is to wear good polarized sunglasses to avoid getting those sun rays through our eyes that triggers the pituitary gland to start stimulating the melanin production, the melanin enzyme. So the pituitary gland regulates all that. So I thought that was interesting. My dad has macular degeneration, and a lot of that was caused by sun damage younger, so I always wear polarized sunglasses, but I thought what a great other reason to help naturally with our hyperpigmentation is those polarized sunglasses. Let's see, there's some foods we can eat to naturally inhibit that tyrosine, that enzyme that kind of sparks the melanin to flare up. Cheese, yogurt, meat, wheat, and oats, and shellfish, lentils, beans, and nuts. All those foods can help naturally inhibit the sparking of that melanin being produced in our skin. And I think I'm going to do, I haven't started a blog yet, but I think I'm about to start a blog post, and there's more foods that she told us about, so I'm going to put those in there, so stay tuned for that. But let's see. So it's interesting. This was not an osmosis skincare class. This was somebody completely different. So I use osmosis skincare, so it was great to get a perspective from somebody else, not with that skincare line, to know that I'm doing a lot of the right things. And my philosophy through osmosis and through my research and my own skin and what I've done to my own skin, that I am on the money with what I'm doing. So she was talking about bleaching the skin with things like hydroquinone, and how that hasn't changed the DNA in our skin. That has not repaired the wounded cells in our skin that was the whole reason why the melanin was produced in the first place. Because the melanin is produced to protect those cells from that DNA damage from the sun. So when you bleach the skin, all you're doing is bleaching. It doesn't matter. As soon as you go back out in the sun, they're going to come right back. It's not till you heal that wound where the melanin knows, okay, I don't need to protect that cell anymore because that cell has been repaired. It hasn't changed the DNA by bleaching the skin. It hasn't healed that wound at the DNA level. The message between the cells to create more melanin is still there if you're bleaching. That message is still there because the skin remembers that damage from previous sun exposure. So anyway, you have the main point is you have to heal the wound. You can't just bleach your skin. That's not a permanent way to help with the hyperpigmentation. So she talked about a lot of topical vitamins that we can put on the skin that are helpful, and this was very validating because I use all of these in my room, in my skincare room. So I'm just going to tell you a couple of them and how I use them, and maybe what Osmosis skincare products that you could use that if you wanted to do some at-home care, because really 80% of skincare change is going to be what happens at home. It's like working out. You've got to do it every single day to get that change that you want. So vitamin A is the most important vitamin to the skin. It builds collagen, it normalizes cells, it normalizes acne, oil production, rosacea. Most any skin condition, vitamin A can solve that problem. Now, here's the catch. Most people when they think vitamin A, they think of a retinoic acid like Retin-A. Well, Retin-A, all it does is it doesn't really penetrate. It really sits on top of your skin, and it causes inflammation in the skin, and inflammation causes aging. It also can cause rosacea, increased hyperpigmentation because it's increasing your sun sensitivity, and of course skin irritation. So Retin-A is not the vitamin A that you want on your skin. Skin cancer patients, they tested skin cancer patients, and they found that those with low doses of vitamin A had skin cancer. Were rarely, if ever, patients that had high levels of vitamin A in their skin had skin cancer. So vitamin A is a key topical ingredient that we should be putting on our skin every single day. Osmosis Skincare has one that's correct. It's got 4 different levels, but correct is the one that I typically put people on. So that's really the building block, the foundation of all skincare. For aging, for acne, for any of it is vitamin A. So if you're not on a vitamin A, that's something you want to consider doing. I use it in the skincare room, but like I said, you've got to do it daily at home. And it also provides a natural level of skin protection. With 6 months which is 3 skin cycles, so about 6 months of vitamin A usage, you're getting a natural 20 SPF in your skin. Now you still want to use a physical sunscreen every day. Cloudy, sunny, winter, summer, it doesn't matter. You really still want to use an SPF. But it's interesting by using vitamin A how it can create a natural SPF in our skin. I learned that today. Another vitamin that's super important is vitamin B, and niacinamide is the most important B3 vitamin. This is one that I use in my treatment room with every hyperpigmentation client that comes in. It's a key regulator in melanin production, and it creates circulation in the skin. So for my skincare, the niacinamide comes in an active powder, Osmosis Skincare powder, and I can dose that out to customize my facials for my clients. So that's great. Vitamin C is another very important topical skincare vitamin. It's an antioxidant. It brightens the skin, stimulates collagen in a different way than vitamin A does. So you're kind of cross-training with the skin with the two, with vitamin A and vitamin C. You're getting that ultimate collagen production in your skin. For ours, it's called Catalyst AC11, and our skin repels water. It does not like water. If we sat in a bathtub and our skin did not repel water, we would blow up like a sponge, but we'd like soak it all in. But we don't do that. We repel water. So anything As far as a topical vitamin that does not have an oil-based solution of getting down into the skin, won't work. The skin will naturally repel it. So our vitamin C is called Catalyst AC11, and it's phosphatidylcholine is the delivery method that gets that vitamin C deep down where it needs to create that change. Vitamin C is also the one that really, our Catalyst AC11, vitamin C, does the DNA wound repair. So that's the thing that naturally is going to lighten up your skin, not by bleaching it, but by healing those wounds so your skin knows it doesn't have to create that melanin anymore to protect that cell, those cells that have been damaged. Vitamin C also, our Catalyst AC11, has proven to help with those capillaries sometimes along the nose or on the chin, on the cheeks, because what that is they're not actually broken blood vessels as they're commonly known as. That is where it could be from sun exposure, sun damage, lasers, overuse of chemical peels, which I'm against chemical peels anyway, that the skin is wounded. And so when there's a wound, it flushes more blood to that wound to heal it. So that's what those little capillaries are, is to heal that wound, whatever it might be. And so when we use our Catalyst AC11 vitamin C serum daily, it heals those wounds. So over time, those capillaries just go away because it doesn't need that extra blood because that wound is being healed by that vitamin C. Vitamin E is another one. Glutathione, CoQ10, it helps regulate pigment. That's another key vitamin that we can use topically. Of course, sun protection is hugely important, and you want a physical sunscreen with titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. That just is going to repel the rays from the sun, where chemical sunscreen will absorb the rays, and once it absorbs a certain amount of rays, it can't absorb anymore, and it's going to get through to your skin, regardless of the fact that they're chemicals as well that you're getting onto your skin, and you just really kind of want to avoid that. So physical sunscreen is the best sunscreen to use. Ours is called Protect, and it smells like coconuts. It just, every time I put it on, it feels like I'm going to the beach. So some of the things you can do to naturally protect yourself internally is take omega-3s. Omega-3s with vitamin D is great for natural melanin regulation and production, suppression. All right, let's see, what else? Oh, it's interesting. She was saying, the instructor today was saying that when we do topicals, when we're treating for hyperpigmentation, that it takes time. I mean, skin change just takes time. So that we should allow at least 6 months, which is 3 skin cycles, where you're getting those ingredients down, 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 down. They do their work and they push up, 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 up. So that takes 6 months to go through 3 of those cycles. So when it comes to skincare and skin change, we have to be so patient with our skin, because we just got to remember the damage we've done to our skin was not, done in a couple of years. It's been done over many decades, unfortunately. So it's going to take some time to heal those wounds. And let's see, what else? What else did I want to say? Oh, okay, so it's interesting, this is something else I learned today, that when we repair our DNA, our cellular DNA, that it becomes stronger and it produces new daughter cells, so that those new daughter cells are healthy. That's what creates the permanent change. It removes the pigment because we are correcting it at the DNA level. So I don't really think about the cells, that when we heal that DNA, that it's the new cells, the daughter cells, that are the healthy ones, and then they'll produce more healthy daughter cells, and on and on and on. Let's see. So I guess that's about it as far as the hyperpigmentation class I took today. And what I was saying before, it's not from the skincare company that I use, but it did reinforce everything as far as my philosophy goes, with no chemical peels, no retin-A, no hydroquinone, nothing that's going to cause wounding or inflammation to the skin, because that's only going to age us faster. Some of it may give short-term, your skin might look in the short term better because of the inflammation, the plumping, like your wrinkles may look a little bit less, but in the long term it's definitely aging us faster. And it's all about strengthening the cells and making our skin as healthy as possible. So when we look at skincare, definitely look for an esthetician that has a long-term goal with your skin in mind, and not these short-term fixes that actually will age us faster, like the chemical peels and the retin-A. So I also took a class today about makeup, and it was called Blurring the Lines of Aging, and it was fascinating, different makeup tips that we can do to kind of accentuate the positive, and I don't know, is decentuate? That's not a word. Whatever, you know what I'm saying, for the negative, to kind of make it fall in the background. So I may do another video about that at some point, but I was really excited to take this class, like I said, and just to get a lot of confirmation about what I'm doing. So if you are looking for a permanent skincare change, I would love to earn your business. And if you have any questions, you can let me know. If anybody is viewing this, and my friends that do not live in the Greenville, South Carolina area, I do remote skincare consultations where we can just FaceTime, and you can talk to me about what's going on, and I can help you put a plan together, answer questions, whatever. And so thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, just put them down in the comment section, or you can private message me if you don't want anybody else to see. And all right, well, y'all have a good night, and I will catch you back in Greenville. I'm in Hickory at training, so I'll catch you back in Greenville, and thanks for watching. Bye.